Helen here with Eyes on the Game, and I'm being joined by the UFC welterweight champion Tyron Woodley. You are having your rematch with Stephen Thompson at UFC 209 on March 4th, and I know that the rematch with Stephen wasn't your first option. What was your thought when you found out that Nick Diaz couldn't take the fight?
You know, I didn't find out that he couldn't take the fight. I found out he didn't want to take the fight because he wasn't compensated appropriately. I felt like it was a big ball drop because 209 would have never been on the map had it not been for Nick Diaz and Nate Diaz. They were some of the original trash talkers in the game. They fought with a style that was sheer endurance, durability, great jiu-jitsu, and just mental toughness, and they've done a lot for the sport. I feel like this should have been a card where both of those guys should have been honored, and they should have been on this card fighting.
But your rematch, like I just mentioned, is on this card, and your first fight with Stephen, many believe that you did win the fight. What do you think the judges saw that gave you guys the majority draw rather than you defending your title?
You know, some judges, especially when we fought in New York, is fairly new to New York. It was the first UFC fight there. I just think they don't know exactly what they were watching. You know, in the fourth round where, I nearly had him finished 2 to 3 times in submission trouble and also just knockout or TKO trouble, they awarded him his point back for popping his head out and not being submitted. I don't think you get survival points because you last and you didn't get knocked out. You shouldn't be awarded a 10-9 round because you made it through. He landed no punches, landed no damage. I did all the significant damage in that round, all the significant damage in the first round, and then the other rounds were close. He never stepped apart and just outlandishly, smashed me in any round. So with that said, he was involved in 3 close rounds, 2 very lopsided rounds, and one of those close rounds I feel I won.
So what have you been preparing differently going into this rematch?
Just being a little bit more offensive. I countered him very well. The moments where I were offensive is the times when he hit the canvas. So I think I have more moments like that and just mix it all in. Some parts of my games that's very strong I didn't use in a fight. And, sometimes you get in a fight and it's like, dang, I want to just show this striker I can outstrike him. And I did that. So now that that's out the way, I can move forward and beat him.
Now, going into this rematch, though, you have been talking about kind of respect and also, how you're being treated as a champion. What changes would you like Dana or even the UFC to do to kind of treat you how you would like to be treated?
That's not necessarily a shot at the promotion. That's in general. I mean, the champion you are is not only the champion of the promotion, but it's the world, which includes the fans, which include the media, which includes endorsements, which include, the opportunities that a champion should be allotted. I don't feel like those things are given to the champion, and select champions there are. So for that, I don't want them to do anything. I'll do it myself. I have my own vlog on YouTube, the Champ Camp, Champ Life. I have my own voice on my own podcast, The Morning Wood Show. So what I can do is I can just keep pushing myself, promoting myself, and at the end of the game is keep winning. You lose one fight, it don't matter. You know what I mean? You're going to get kicked to the back, and everybody's going to compress you. So much news and media and fights going out. As long as you win and people are wanting to watch and listen, you start losing, people start getting uninterested anyway.
Now, do you think that the fans may have like a misconceived notion or because sometimes they'll be like, oh, Tyron Woodley, like, why is he complaining? Like, do you think that there's a misconception that they're getting?
Yeah, it's not a misconception. You have to know someone and read them wrong to misconceive them. The misconception is that because you're a friend on Facebook, you're not a friend in real life. Because you like a page on Facebook don't mean you really like me in real life. Social media is not a lifestyle. It's a fun social media platform where people can connect. It's a network. That's all it is. It's a way you can connect with someone that's not near you. So when people are saying things about me, they don't know me. They're not a part of my family. I don't go out and fight for them. I don't provide a living for them. I don't provide shelter and food for them. So at the end of the day, what they say really doesn't bother me. I don't read a lot of it, and I purposely put out certain statements and purposely put out certain comments that I know is going to get a buzz. Because either way I go, you'd be surprised on how many people that do know me and do support me that are going to fight for me on social media anyway. So.
And also, lastly, I wanted to get your take since you did bring up, being champion and maybe not getting the respect you deserve. A few days ago, Stipe Miocic mentioned, a comment about the pay and for him being champion and getting paid less than Alistair. What are your thoughts on how he's being treated?
It's a separate deal with everybody. Every deal technically should be confidential on what you're making and what you're doing, but it's always shared. And at the end of the day, it's about what you bring to the table. How you fight, which Stipe fights extremely well. He has a great following in Cleveland, Ohio. He's beating some top guys. He's can bring in, the Croatian and the American fans that speak English very well. He's a very marketable guy. He should be very easy to push. But I do think, it's your job to at least show the UFC and show the fans that you are something that they want to watch. So that's why I control my own propaganda. I push my own stuff out. And if they like it, then they'll pick it up. And I can have an attitude if they come later down the road, say, hey, you know what, let's do this special on you. Let's market you. I can't be like, hey, no, last time you didn't want to do it. Or, 2 years ago you guys weren't interested. Why are you interested now? You can't have that emotion. No emotion in business is the best way to operate.
And also going into the fight, UFC 209, the rematch, what should the fans expect from Tyron Woodley?
The fans should expect me getting it done this time. It should, no doubt, no controversy, and hopefully the judges they take the night off, and the referee just got to peel me off of them.